Welcome to The Cause Effect, with your host, Carl Kozlowski, and his team of correspondents, bringing you the world's bad news badly. And now, Carl Kozlowski.
Thank you very much. Carl Kozlowski is actually on assignment this week up in Montreal for the Just for Laughs Festival. But I am Dr. David Robinson. I will be sitting in the captain's chair this week for this week's episode of The Cause Effect. Figure we got to, even with Carl out, we do have to start as we normally do by saying greetings, Earthlings, and introducing you to the rest of the panel. We're all lefties today, and that's all right in my book.
Thank
God. We can have an adult conversation today. But starting over here on my immediate left, the black voice of reason, Mr. Tymon Shipp, is in the house.
Power to the people. Great to be here with my fellow libs on this fine Saturday morning. It's cool.
It is a lovely morning in Los Angeles.
Yes,
it's like the
is.
oppressive heat has not yet begun. Also joining us from the left, sitting across from me, very pleased to have her back on the show. Playwright, author, comedian, performance artist, mother. Is there anything she does not do? We may find out during the next hour. Ladies and gentlemen, Erika Schickel.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you. So glad to be here. So glad to be representing the womb-enabled population of our country. It's a good week to be a woman.
There you go. I would definitely agree, and we will definitely be talking more about that in just a couple, along with our other panelist for the day joining us by phone. Normally, we are merely blessed enough to get the pre-recorded burst of Durst, but he is with us live. Coming straight out of Philadelphia. You were at the convention last week, and we'll be talking about that. But ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Will Durst.
Hey, guys. Actually, the 415. I flew home yesterday.
Nice.
And I'm lucky I had the first flight. I had a 6:45 a.m. flight because the weather was a bit dodgy, if you catch my drift. And I'm not sure all my compatriots made it out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I already had a gig last night in Napa and got one today in Martinez and one tomorrow in Berkeley. So, because you don't make money when you write for, when you work for Free Speech TV, you know that.
Don't I know it? And as I mentioned earlier, I am Dr. David Robinson, and we begin the show as we always do with a look back at the week we were. So let's do that. Looking at the news this week, during his visit to Poland, Pope Francis tripped on his gown, demonstrating exactly how the city Krakow got its name. In an interview this week, German Chancellor Angela Merkel said that she's not having nightmares about a Trump presidency, but did say that her parents are already having flashbacks. Yeah. I'm worried about it. I'm going there. Closer to home, a soldier died at Fort Jackson, South Carolina this week after running 2 miles for a fitness test. Other soldiers on the course were disappointed to learn that the test would not be graded on a curve. Organizers of the Oregon State Fair say that marijuana is making its debut at the fair this year, unless you include the parking lot. It's made its debut many times over many, many years. After charges were dropped against the police officers accused of killing Freddie Gray, the city of Baltimore is expected to issue a recall on black men's spines due to a defect that causes them to break all on their own. Frightening. On the campaign trail this week, Hillary Clinton made a play for Republican voters, and rumors are already spreading that she'll be making a musical for the Libertarians and members of the Green Party. That's another one of those stupid. I got to do it, though.
Somebody does.
Yeah, I'm just the guy. Melania Trump's website was redirected to her husband's campaign website after it was confirmed that she dropped out of college, despite claims on the site that she had obtained a degree in architecture. Now, if Melania Trump never got her degree in architecture, it is becoming more than likely that she never actually won the Nobel Prize for Sexy Architects either. Didn't even know they had one of those. Who knew? Russian hackers have hacked the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, and while some people are blaming Donald Trump, odds are they got access through any of the Democratic House reps whose Facebook pages are currently mostly sunglasses ads. Let's take a look at those people. Trump does enough. We got plenty to pin on him. We don't need to throw false allegations his way. Donald Trump, however, did ask Russia to hack Hillary Clinton earlier this week to look for her missing emails. Russia told Trump that they would be happy to search for the missing emails just as soon as his check for their last email hack clears.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys saw the follow-up on this. Trump said that he was being sarcastic when he asked Russia to hack Hillary Clinton. And millions around the world are now hoping that he will soon admit that he was also being sarcastic when he accepted the Republican nomination.
Exactly. His whole campaign has been a joke. I buy it.
I keep waiting for Ashton Kutcher to jump out and just tell everyone we're being punked.
Yeah.
And we can just go back amongst our happy little lives. A boy can dream.
What is reality after all? It's so objective.
You know what? We have crazy creep because he keeps saying weirder and weirder stuff, and we go, okay, well, there he goes again. And it's, like it's frog soup. If you try to throw a frog into a pot of boiling water, he'll jump out. But if you slowly turn up the heat of and until it's boiling, he'll acclimate himself and become frog soup, and that's what we're doing.
Yes.
I think I prefer the days when politicians promised a chicken in every pot. Nothing against French cuisine, but frog soup, not really, not what I'm looking for. Getting back into the news, all up in your business news, Chipotle this week announced plans to open a national burger chain, saying they figure it's about time that people who want to get E. coli don't have to be limited to Mexican food. Sorry, I'm learning English on that one. Verizon this week purchased Yahoo for $4.8 billion, but due to truth in advertising laws, they're going to have to change the company's name to Meh. Turning to science, after scientists found an antibiotic hidden in the human nasal passage, your amateur magician uncle who pulls quarters out of your nose just got way less impressive. New research indicates that Alzheimer's disease is not more likely in women. So, ladies, just forget everything you might have heard before. A man who had both of his hands transplanted wants to get them removed, saying they don't work. Asked if there was any specific problem.
Shut up.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, well, that's just the setup.
That's
the true portion of the story. Asked if he had any specific problems with the transplant. He said there is, but I can't put my finger on it. Is the setup actually funnier?
I think the setup might be funnier than the punch.
All right, fair enough. Scientists this week said that humans can get essential nutrients from drinking cockroach milk. And I know.
God,
I personally am looking forward to reading their follow-up story called Holy Crap, They're Actually Drinking It.
Mine is, holy crap, there's such a thing as cockroach milk. I don't even want to say that out loud because it will haunt my dreams. Do we
You gotta have little tiny fingers to milk them.
tiny fingers and the
In a little bitty bucket.
and with the tiny cockroach teeth? What is that? Where are those located? On the underbelly?
Presumably.
God help us all.
Yeah, where do you get a stool small enough to sit on while you're doing the job?
Tiny milkmaids. Okay, moving on.
It's almost a shame that this story didn't come out closer to Christmas time,
Wait,
Really
we
would've
could
changed
get Trump with his tiny hands. To
Hey,
milk the
there we
cockroaches.
go. We've got a job for the man after he loses the election.
Trump's tiny hands would do it.
Donald Trump, cockroach milker. Should just start putting that on his business cards already. Turning to the world of sports, USA Gymnastics this week purchased the famed Karoli Ranch. Reps for the organization defended the purchase, saying it's the perfect companion to their Karoli hot wings. I'm a blue cheese man myself, but After Luis, Bob, and Gordon were fired from Sesame Street this week, it looks like Oscar the Grouch just got 3 new roommates.
They just got fired?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they got fired, I guess, several months back when the show was in production. But now that it's finally airing on HBO, they sort of announced to the world.
Oh my
that,
God! That's
yeah, and I mean, I'm a guy. I'm let's just say I'm in my late 30s, so late that they start with a 4. But these are 3 of the characters that I grew up with watching.
I actually had the privilege of meeting Luis at
No
a party
kidding.
in New York a couple of years ago,
on.
and I have to say that I fawned a little.
It's
I did.
These were the people in our neighborhood.
Yeah, he
in
was.
our neighborhood.
Yes, he was.
In our
God bless
neighborhood.
him. Well,
Well, I guess the folks at Sesame Workshop figured, well, Mr. Hooper already taught the kids about death, so. But one thing that and I don't know if it sounds like they're going peacefully. They're still going to be or leaving the show peacefully anyway. They're still going to be part of live Sesame Street productions. But Bob McGrath is like 84 years old.
yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I mean,
That makes us
Which one was he?
he's the one named Bob.
the Bob. He was the sweet face.
The white dude.
White
No, straight hair. Sang
whatever, yeah.
"Who Are the People in Your
Yeah.
Neighborhood?"
dimply, smiley.
A lot of
Bob.
sweaters.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
actually met him too. Come to think of it, longer ago than that, he made me a tuna sandwich on challah bread.
wow.
Thank you, everybody. Mic dropped.
But it's because I remember. I guess Sesame Street launched in '69.
Yeah.
I was 5.
I was fresh. That was my debut year. So I'll let everyone else do the math. But yeah, that's these are the people that I grew up with, the ones that didn't live in my immediate household that taught me to read. So I don't know if there are any plans to file like an age discrimination suit, or if they're going to fade gracefully into the public television sunset. But thank you for everything that you've done,
for
Bob,
your
Gordon, and
service.
Luis.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you for your service.
You've made at least one generation of American children fine, upstanding human beings, and I also watched the show.
Kind of like Romper Room.
Yeah, although Romper Room, from what I understand, was there were actually several Romper Rooms that were like regional productions. So like, we in the Midwest had, I think it was Miss Sheila for a while.
Billy and I see Mary.
There was like
Erika.
totally different hosts.
Yeah, they had Miss Nancy up here.
Yeah.
And then she grew up and she became a comedian for a while, so I got to meet her.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, Tymon, as long as any
I could drop names too, Miss Schickel.
Oh, all right, fine.
I could drop Miss Nancy.
Oh my God, I didn't realize it. Well, did she make you a tuna sandwich on challah bread?
No, she didn't.
Okay, then I win.
I assaulted Winnie the Pooh during a Sears modeling show when I was a
Seriously?
kid. Well, yeah, I wouldn't really call it assault, but this is...
You just didn't know.
Well, yeah, it's as a technical term, but legally, no. This is why I never really wound up with a career as a child model. But you know how like a lot of the costumed figures, like their faces are plastics. They've got like a frozen grin.
We call those rubber heads in the industry.
Okay. Well, I was apparently concerned with why Winnie the Pooh's mouth wasn't opening or closing.
Uh-oh.
So rather than walking down the runway to show off my tough skins as I was supposed to, I walked back, saw Winnie the Pooh, and kind of jumped on him and started trying to pry his mouth open.
No tequila?
No. I think I was like 4. So
4. Okay.
he might have had some, but no, I had no excuse. And folks, this is how I wound up on this show. So you're welcome. Turning to entertainment, a lot of people. We already did. We were talking about the folks on Sesame Street. This week also saw the passing of television psychic Miss Cleo.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people said, well, I guess she should have seen that coming. And, of course, she should have seen it coming because that's what happens when you have colon cancer that spreads to your liver and lungs.
Yes.
You expect the worst.
Yes.
So